In this episode, we're going to be talking to a professional photographer and receiving insight on the headshot process. We're also going to be testing the possibility of capturing an in-home headshot. What is going on today, guys? We have a special guest on set, David Cohn, founder and CEO of Cohnography.
Happy to be here.
Former headshot photographer for the Leeds School of Business here at CU. I have a few questions for you today, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'd love to help out and answer some questions.
When you're taking a headshot, what attributes are you looking for?
Well, definitely want the photo to be in focus. I mean, like, you'd be surprised how many headshots there are out there that people just think, like, oh, it's like moving a little bit, like, it's fine, I'm just gonna throw it up. It's gotta be in focus, it's gotta be exposed correctly, just like the right lighting. You don't want to be too shadowed in a part of your face or just super bright. Make sure you have a professional background, not like in front of a dumpster. Honestly though, like, you want to make sure like the backdrop kind of like gauges the field that you're in.
Sure.
I think like if you're in a field of the arts, you don't need a plain white background or a plain black background.
Sure.
You could have something more playful.
So, when you're taking headshots, what does your setup consist of? Is it external flash? Is it like a white backdrop?
So it kind of depends on the amount of money you have for your setup.
Sure.
To be honest, professional backdrop. If you're inside, outside, you want just a sunny or like all cloudy day. You don't want a super dark day or something.
Sure.
Then you also just want a softbox for your flash, and if it's a sunny day, you can use kind of like a reflector to direct the sunlight.
If somebody doesn't have access to a professional photo shoot or, I guess, headshot photographer, do you think that they can emulate like a similar kind of end product with an iPhone or something similar?
100%. In this day and age, the cameras on phones are just getting better and better.
Awesome.
So if you kind of have a good concept of just a clear in focus, what a clear in focus photo is, and just make sure the lighting's, somewhat good. Yeah, you can take a photo on an iPhone. Just make sure you have like maybe some flowers out of focus. Do definitely portrait mode if you're gonna do it like that.
Definitely.
But yeah, Apple's changing the game. Just portrait mode, and you got a LinkedIn headshot.
You heard it here first, David Cohn. What are some things you see in photos that turn you off as a professional photographer?
Definitely overexposure or underexposure. It's just so easy to notice just like a super dark or bright portion just stands out in the photo. You just want to make sure the whole lighting is just easy and even on the face. Another big thing that's a big turnoff, I know, for employers as well as myself in the photos is the details of the clothes actually make a big difference. If your tie is sideways, it's going to stand out in your photo. You want to make sure that every detail down to the pocket square, is lined up correctly. Even your hair, everything.
You gotta tame the fro.
You gotta tame the fro.
How long would you say the average headshot takes? Is it 1 or 2 photos? Is it 3 or 4 in the best of those? Or how does that work?
So, honestly, it can be done in a few photos, but what I like to do, especially in a professional setting, is take a little bit of a range of photos so I can take them at different exposures and change the lighting just a little bit. And then once I go into post-production, I'm able to pick out the best ones and edit them and kind of just see which one I like the most.
Thank you so much for coming in on the LinkedIn Lab. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I hope I help out. If you guys can get some headshots on your phones, I think that'd be a really easy, cheap way to do it.
We're gonna go test out to see if we can get a headshot in a home environment. We got our model here today.
Hello.
Eloise Moritz. We attempted a shoot with this gray wall with the iPhone X. The lighting situation was a little bit iffy. Looks kind of grainy, so we're gonna go for something a little more professional. We got the homie Brody helping out with additional lighting. We got a few different modes on this portrait. We got natural light, studio, contour, and stage. And we're gonna be taking a few with each and seeing what gives the best results. After a few unsuccessful shots, we got a photo with the studio filter. You can actually change the settings afterwards and adjust the aperture. So pretty cool. I really like this one with the lower aperture. Of course, we're gonna Photoshop out the bottle opener in the background. We got what we were looking for in the shoot, so that was really great.